Let's produce in Africa, let's manufacture in Africa, let's consume in Africa. That is the slogan of Captain Thomas Sankara, who was the first revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso. And when we say that Captain Ibrahim Traore is the reincarnation of Thomas Sankara, it's for a reason. Now, what am I, or where am I getting at? Recently, actually this week, Captain Ibrahim Traore inaugurated the Sn-Brafaso industry in Burkina Faso. And he said, we are going to continue to industrialize Burkina Faso. Now, let me say something about that company and what Ibrahim Traore did there. It was on November 25 that Ibrahim Traore inaugurated the re-innovated Société Nouvelle Brasseries du Faso, known as its acronym Sn-Brafaso factory in Komsilga. This is somewhere in Burkina Faso, an enterprise that had not been operating since 2008. It's the amount that Burkina Faso has invested to rehabilitate this manufacturing company is 17 billion CFA franc of Burkina Faso. This is about $30 million of $30 million of the United States. Now it has been 70% the share belongs to the government. First, it was established in 2008 and then established in 2004 and then closed in 2008. Now, after 17 years, revived again by Captain Ibrahim Traore leadership. And now it's going to produce both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverage. Okay, it has a capacity of producing 600,000 hectoliters per year. And guess what? It is using its own its own raw material or resource, which is corn, sorghum, and rice. Now, this will create 200 jobs, which is permanent, and then 100 temporary, but a 20,000 indirect one across the supply chain of this beverage. So while others are only talking about sovereignty and new economic era, the Burkinabes are doing it. They are just taking it and doing it. It's for a reason that I say Captain Ibrahim Traore, and also it's his allies as a leader of Niger and Mali. They are walking their talk, okay? They are bringing back to life their industrial giant that has been idle for almost 20 years. That's more than 17 years this company has been shut. Guess what? Immediately the government is taking 70% share. They're financing it. Let's hear, there's a few minutes where he talked about during the inauguration, few minutes speech. And let me invite you, because it's always good to listen to Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Local valet who at one point were paid.
Okay.
We all witnessed the sell-off of this industrial unit, and I think it was Burkinabe, local valet who at one point were paid, I would say, by the imperialists who sabotaged and destroyed everything that was here. So in March 2024, when we tried to breathe new life into this unit, we experienced a lot of suffering, it must be said, and all along the way, there were ups and downs. Even during construction with the new equipment that we had ordered to replace all the old equipment, Burkinabe who signed up to work in the reconstruction still sabotaged newly arrived equipment. So, we had to take a lot of special security measures to be able to achieve the results that you see. This means that this is a unit that is being fought against by imperialism and its local lackeys, but we are resolutely committed to reviving this unit, but also all the units that are suffering because, as we have said, We want the industrialization of Burkina Faso, and we are going to do it because it is a large value chain that is being created here. Soon, perhaps, we will inaugurate a factory in Bobo Dioulasso that manufactures semolina and everything that will be included in the raw material of this industrial unit. Many jobs will be created and our corn that our farmers grow will be put to good use. We will take all the necessary steps to ensure that what these units have experienced and many others do not suffer the same fate again. There you have it. The people expect a lot in terms of industry, in terms of processing. Their raw materials. So we will do everything necessary to ensure that industrial units survive for the happiness of our people.
Now, let me say, just allow me to say a bit of a thing with regards to industrialization and how it is really useful. I mean, there is no way out for Africa unless we embark on industrialization, because that is the only redemption for Africa. That's the only way out to development. I mean, of course, it drives the economic growth, it creates jobs, it adds value on our natural resources, which are leaving the country, creating unemployment. This by far is really what Burkina Faso is doing, is the example where all African leaders should follow. In Nigeria, of course, I have to give it a credit. Aliko Dangote, one man, that's the richest black man in the world, is doing it for Nigeria, not the leadership of Nigeria, but that man alone is doing it. Other than that, on a government level, these are the leaders, the Sahel leaders who are doing this. Look, the key benefits of industrialization are economic growth and diversification. As you see also, he talked about, processing those raw materials, the corn, the sorghum, and the rice, setting up a manufacturing company for it in Bobo Dioulasso. This, the beverage company, manufacturing company itself is in another part of Burkina. It's not only all in one region or in the capital city. They are diversifying so that all of the people in all parts of Burkina Faso can benefit, be part of this development. I mean, in a place where transportation is very problematic in Africa, it's better you diversify your manufacturing company so people get the employment benefit in those areas. And also Africa is big. In Europe, the countries are small, so with their transportation, they can, even we have the transportation, it's sparse. So it's really important to diversify it in terms of location. So there is job creation that comes with industrialization. There is value addition also to our natural resources. And then there is increased productivity because you introduce new equipment and techniques in industrial settings that boosts productivity across all the economy. And also what industrialization brings is that the leverage of existing assets, okay? You don't need to import. So these are, and it's an industrialization. Also, it's a resource-based industrialization. You're not just creating any manufacturing company. You're creating based on your resource. We have seen the tomato, in which the amount of import of the Burkina Faso tomato paste from Europe was really massive, but the tomato itself is produced or cultivated in Burkina Faso, but they don't process it. So that's the reality of many African countries, by the way. But now, guess what? 6 months, I remember in 2024, within 6 months, the government has inaugurated 3 tomato factories, processing factories, stopping the import of tomato pastes or processed tomato. That is the level of dedication. And we really need this if we want to develop Africa. Otherwise, it's just a rhetoric. You hear leaders talking, or like we want trade. First of all, set up your manufacturing company in the country. What you gonna trade? Again, you are coming with your raw materials to sell it to Europe. We have there was the African Union and European Union trade, not trade, just AU-EU meeting. It was held, I think, in Angola just recent, or as we speak, it's going on. And they're talking about, no, we want trade, we don't want. What are you trading? Set up your manufacturing company. First of all, before you trade, you have to, agree. Even when the African countries say that they want to manufacture by their own, the Europe will come and, okay, you know what? We can set up a manufacturing company for you, and then it's them who owns that manufacturing company in your country in Africa. So at the end of the day, you getting nothing. The Africans are getting nothing. So you have to be able to finance. You have to avoid. You have to really remove corruption, use the people money, that tax money, to set up things that really benefits people directly. That's what Burkina Faso is doing. I don't think any government official in Burkina Faso would even think about corruption. So I am really so excited that I get to witness in my lifetime. So excited that this is happening as we see it here. So it's history in the making. I really pray long live for these leaders, because they will be the one that the rest of African leaders will look up to. Yes, there are some of them who are on that path, but we have seen them, they are sleeping in bed together with their, you cannot please the West. There's no free lunch. You have to do something. You have to sabotage your neighbor. You have to do this or that, or you have to you have to be ready to starve your people. There are lots of things that come under the table that are not told to the people. So whenever we have any kind of relation with the West, that means something has been compromised. That's it. So well done to Burkina Faso on this inauguration of the Sn-Brafaso beverage processing company. Yeah, I will see you on the next one, but thank you for tuning in. Please let us know in the comment section what do you think of this.